Now, with a presidential election just months away, we turn our attention to this year's candidates' campaigning efforts. We have a special guest to start this hour. We're joined with Graham Allen, a conservative activist and the host of Dear America podcast. Good afternoon, Graham. It's a pleasure to see you today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Now, I understand that you have a new book coming out next week. It's called America 316, and it dives into your desire to be a voice for what you're calling the silent majority. Now, according to a recent Cato Institute poll, 62% of Americans say they have political views that they're afraid to share with others. So I guess my first question for you here today is, why do you believe the majority is forced to be silent? How have we gotten to this point as a society?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I actually talk about this in my book a lot. And to be frank, I'm kind of shocked that it's taken so long for this poll to show up in the first place. I've literally, our entire career here, Dear America, this book, everything we've ever done is built around the phrase, for those who can't, I'll say it for you. It has been this way for a long, long time. Conservatives have felt for it seems like forever, that we can't say what it is we're actually wanting to say. And it's because of cancel culture. Cancel culture is a cancer on our society. And what we actually need is for Americans to really grow up. And we need for Americans to remember that it's okay if we don't always agree. It's okay if some people make mistakes, because we're all human and none of us are perfect. None of us are going to get it right 100% of the time, but we should be able to have disagreeable dialogue in this country without trying to ruin people's lives, in their business, or in their reputations in the process.
Now, Graham, kind of staying on this topic of polls here, what are your thoughts on the mainstream media's recent polling claiming that President Trump is behind his opponent, Joe Biden? Are supporters of the president and those in this silent majority not being adequately represented or counted?
Absolutely, we're not being represented and counted, and I think that goes kind of with the narrative there. This is the same thing that happened back in 2016. 90+% was going to vote for Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump had like an 8% shot to win it. But what they don't tell you, and what they put in very tiny little font at the bottom of these articles that these mainstream media outlets are getting these polls from, is that they only polled just over 1,000 people. And only 80% of those were registered voters. And these are the numbers that give us this national opinion of what the nation is actually believing. I don't believe any of this for 1 second. The silent majority is paying attention, or as I like to call them, real Americans, are paying attention to what's going on right now. And they're going to show up in November even more dominant than they showed up in 2016. And I really, really, really believe that you are still looking, even with everything that's gone on, this president has done a great job of handling all of this craziness. And I think that you're going to see a dominant win by President Trump.
You bring up so many great points there, Graham, and I think we could talk about cancel culture all day long. But before I let you go, where can our viewers go to learn more about your new book, America 316?
Yeah, so my book, America 316, is available for pre-order right now at America316.com. I've made an entire career about saying what everyone wants to say, and if you feel like you can't say your real opinions, this book was written for you, real Americans. Check it out at America316.com.
Graham, it was a pleasure speaking to you today. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.